From certified FIFA moves to getting the ultimate revenge, these are the 15 craziest goal celebrations in football history. And first up, Lionel Messi was taking out an entire country. At the 2022 World Cup, Messi brought out a different version of himself no one had ever seen. When it comes to celebrating goals, Messi stuck to one trademark move all his life, and this one has a special meaning attached to it. See, Messi always kisses the sky like that to honor his grandma, because she's the one who started his journey to becoming the GOAT. But at the 2022 World Cup, Messi pulled out a new move no one had ever seen before, and it was personal. The Dutch coach at the time, Louis van Gaal, had been very disrespectful to Messi and his teammates, and he'd also iced out Messi's idol, Juan Román Riquelme, from the Barca team years back. Unlike before, Messi wasn't going to let this one slide, and right after scoring his country's second goal, he made sure Van Gaal was all ears and paid attention. Cold! But even Messi knows he's got nothing on the time. Emmanuel Adebayor pulled off the most savage goal move in Premier League history. Here's the deal. Adebayor had just moved to Manchester City from Arsenal. But some of the Arsenal supporters thought he'd forced his way out of the club for more money. So they said hurtful stuff to Adebayor. Now, my man kept it all in, and when they finally met at the Etihad, Adebayor scored against his former team and was determined to let his former fans know he didn't give a damn anymore. He got fined $5,000 and banned for 3 games, but looking at this one again, it was worth it. Usually, when players get fan abuse, it's different. For guys like Adebayor, it's all about the reaction. But for Erling Haaland, well, I gotta see this one again. Made sure that fan's ticket was worth it. Haaland is way too chilled to let opposition fans get to him, man. Same thing with Kylian Mbappé. He'd rather make them cry instead. PSG versus Olympique de Marseille is always very heated in the French league. But in the 2019-20 version of this one, PSG was tearing Marseille apart. And right after scoring his team's 4th goal, Mbappé did this. Savage! But as crazy as this is, Mbappé's celebration wasn't making it to the FIFA Hall of Fame, like Samuel Eto'o. In 2013, when Samuel Eto'o signed for Chelsea in the Premier League, this move raised a couple of eyebrows, and the most shocking one was from his manager. Chelsea's head coach at the time was Jose Mourinho, and he accused Eto'o of becoming too old to play at the top level. Now, Eto'o heard all of this, so when he scored in his next game against Spurs and dropped a FIFA all-timer goal move. The old man! But you see guys, unlike Samuel Eto'o, Richarlison's manager was supporting him all through. And right after scoring at the World Cup, he and his manager combined to drop a banger. In Brazil's World Cup game versus South Korea in 2022, Richarlison was different gravy that evening. His manager, Tite, had been boosting his confidence all game, and watching him play, you just knew he was going to score. And after he did, he got his coach in on the celebrations, and they dropped a remix of Richarlison's trademark celebration. Man, if I did that with my boss at work, I'm getting fired in 7 minutes. It's too bad Brazil got knocked out early of that World Cup, because they kept on dropping crazy goal celebrations all tournament long, even formed a band with it. This time, it was South Korea and Brazil faced at the World Cup, and they were giving them a beating. The Brazilians enjoyed it so much, they formed a dance with it. The Samba Boys. Can't even lie, this groove looks catchy. But when it comes to dancing at major tournaments, I gotta run it back to 2016, when my boy Griezmann synced the rap and football crossbreed to perfection. At Euro 2016, Antoine Griezmann was on another level. His performances got better with each game, and every time he scored, he made sure to telephone in. Call me on my cell phone. Grizzy hit the drizzy with the hotline bling. Amazing. This one gives me nostalgic vibes, man. Pulled this one off every week in Sunday League that year. But not all crazy dance goal moves are as recognizable as this one. When Lueo Labonta hit a dance move in 2021, she set the internet on fire. Labonta was playing for Kansas City in the match against Angel City, but with 82 minutes gone, they were losing 1-0 at home. Labonta was also her team's top scorer, so when they won a penalty with minutes left to play, she stepped up to take it and scored. But instead of celebrating, the home fans were struggling to hold their breath because seeing their top scorer clutch her hamstring right after, everyone thought she was injured until she did this. Damn, that's nasty. In a good way, though. Yeah, I know it's crazy, but at least she wasn't kissing anyone on live TV, like Yannick Carrasco. Now, this one is funny. Carrasco was playing probably the biggest game of his career in the 2016 Champions League final for Atletico Madrid against Real Madrid. And with Sergio Ramos giving Real the lead, Carrasco finished off a fine team move to equalize. And with it being the Champions League final, the emotions must have been high. So you'd have probably been expecting a supercharged celebration and all. But, okay, bro, but now the thing is, Atleti went on to lose this one on penalties. Ouch. When you pause and take this all in, it's funny, man. Just like Jamie Vardy in 2016. When England faced Spain at Wembley, Jamie Vardy was surprisingly on a 13-game goal drought, and many critics have been calling him out, saying he was just a flash in the pan. So Vardy took it personally, scored. But the insane part is, him breaking his goal drought wasn't even the front page of the headlines. It was his goal celebration. The mannequin challenge. That's my dog. Maybe Vardy was trying to pass a message across and shut his critics up. So he came up with this mannequin challenge to make them freeze. But my boy Super Mario simply asked them a question. The Manchester Derby in 2011-12. And all eyes were on Mario Balotelli. Just to give an idea of how heated it was for Super Mario, he got in a lot of negative press for doing stuff like setting off fireworks in his bathroom and crashing into a female prison just because he was bored. As a result, Balotelli became a topic of debate around the world, and several blogs were citing him as the bad guy. Thing is, he just wanted his name off of their mouths and papers, so after scoring against United in an insane game, he simply asked the question. Till now, I don't think anyone has been able to answer, man. Why always him? Balotelli's antics are insane, but even a guy as crazy as he is probably won't be thinking about pulling this next one on the list. So get this, in a Polish league, KS Cracovia usually plays their reserve team in a friendly every year for the culture. But the 2019 version was top tier. The game ended 5-3, but no one even cared about the scoreline because that goal celebration was out of this world. Man, imagine scoring a goal and rocking up seconds later with wheels to celebrate. That's awesome. But it's only enough to make the top 3. And number 2 belongs to Gabigol himself. Back in the day, before Messi even went pro, Gabriel Batistuta was the hottest Argentine player on the planet. Apart from scoring goals, he rocked up a couple of crazy celebrations over the years, but the rock star was top shelf. All those years back, and it still looks cool. Gabigol was a legend, but he's in at number 2. And for number 1, Ronaldo dropped a celebration so crazy, it got banned. 2019, Ronaldo had Madrid in the Champions League, and the first leg didn't go as planned for CR7. He had a difficult match, got frustrated all through, and in the end, Atleti won the match 2-0. And Diego Simeone dropped a savage celebration to mock Ronaldo, and in the press conference after the match, he broke on Atleti to knock them out of the competition. And remembered the celebration Simeone dropped from the first leg. So as payback, don't mess with CR7, ever. GOAT moves. In case you didn't already subscribe to Goal Zone 2 by hitting that subscribe button like you're about to.